If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A child shall lead them.
To buy our merch. All right, you guys. Happy anniversary to the lovely couple.
Yeah, I think Johnny Cash's Hurt is probably the greatest cover of all time, right? I mean, he did such a good job of it that we didn't even know that it was a 9 Inch Nails song. We thought 9 Inch Nails. Didn't we say that 9 Inch Nails covered the song? I think I did.
I wouldn't remember.
People were like, Vin, you idiot! 9 Inch Nails didn't cover the song, you idiot. It was the real song. It was yada 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 yada. But yeah, that one was the big one all time. But the one that we just listened to is up there. Which one did we listen to, dear listener? That's for us to know and you to find out.
Oh, it was Trivium Losing My Religion.
Oh gosh,
They want to go see it. They need to know what they're looking for.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so
Oh my goodness.
Song, how did you say it?
Catastrophist.
Catastrophist.
I told you that's what he was saying.
I know, but I didn't remember.
All right, this is going to be interesting. Catastrophist.
This is the last song of the night.
Catastrophist sounds like somebody I know, and it's not the person next to me, but it does sound like somebody I know.
But I've been in the whirlwind myself.
Well, it's one of those situations. Trivium, dear listener, Catastrophist, hold on to your butts. Let's go.
To pause us from the vicious cycles feeding back again. Conserve and free to generate. With death is just to liberate. Body soul before we can even breathe. I feel like we're falling a life under sun of our reach. I feel like collapsing the air and get numb to our needs. You're a catastrophe. devastate catastrophist. You stole our innocence.
Oh, bro. Oh, okay.
We never had a chance. You're a catastrophe. The one who's come to devastate catastrophist. We never had a chance. Never had a chance. Devastation. You stole our innocence. Bringer of a devastation. It's you, catastrophist.
I don't. Okay, so this was released February in 2020. February of 2020. When did COVID hit? Was it 19
No.
or was it in 20?
2020.
When in 2020?
I think it was like March of 2020. I'm not sure. March, May, somewhere in.
Really?
I think.
No,
Well,
it's
that's what-
2019. It's called COVID-19.
Yeah, I know, but we didn't. It started, but okay, I didn't necessarily. People were always saying the 2020 was the year where everybody was like, "Oh my gosh," and then they were like, "2020's out, 2021's coming in." That's where all the memes were.
Okay, so December 12th, 2019
See?
is when it started.
Right. So
And this was written in February of 2020.
right.
So what are you saying?
December, that's the end of the year. So it really hit us in 2020. I mean, we were hearing about it, like random celebrities were getting it. It was happening other places, but we didn't.
Well, no,
feel the effects of it.
I was hearing about it just because of Middle America and keeping your eyes on Tim.
December 12th is when it came.
Okay.
So 2 weeks later, it would have been the first of the year. So it
I
was
think
2020.
Yeah, I think he's talking. I think he's probably referring to COVID and all the shit that happened with COVID.
Probably. It hit too
Because-
close to home. This sounded like a person I know.
Well, yeah, there's on a personal level, we all know catastrophists that just create catastrophes.
Then the other thing
I wish this is another one where I wish you to watch the actual video, the official video, because I bet
Mike's still not.
why? What happened? Somebody said something about your mic?
Dwayne just said, "Am I doing like can't hear sorry?"
I was in Korea, couldn't go home because I got extended and couldn't go home. That freaking sucks, bro.
Hey, I don't know. Does that make it any better?
Yeah, just
A little bit.
come over here. It's the last song, so
Okay, how's that?
I'll fix your mic later at some point.
Okay.
I don't even understand why your mic would go off.
Yeah, it
That's
does
weird.
sound like it's off. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So for me, like, this is gonna sound really weird, but because I kept thinking about that person throughout the beginning of this song and like the way that their effect on everybody else around them, I was like, oh my gosh. And especially the part where it was like when it talked about like taking away the people's innocence, I was like, wow, this is like written for this person. But then like on the last little bit of it, I was like, actually the other thing that this could be, because I wasn't thinking about COVID at all. The thing that I was thinking was, holy moly, this could, from a Christian worldview, this could be yourself and the sin that's within you. It would be really, really fitting in that sense. But I mean, like, who has the means to save us from ourselves, to pull us from this vicious cycle, feeding back again, consume, feed, degenerate. We damage just to liberate. And so that line, we damage just to liberate, I was thinking about how many times we've done stuff to be able to like get free of something, but it's actually been worse for us. So like the first song, when it was talking about like they realized that from their anxiety and stuff, the strife doesn't fix that. And so the strife could be a means of liberating you from the anxiety, but then realizing that it doesn't work. So then that part, we damage just to liberate. I was like, oh, that would be really fitting too. But then it turns out you think that this song is probably about COVID.
Well, I think COVID is the most recent catastrophe, but I think it's a lot of how the government uses catastrophes for their own ends and their own means. I think the biggest real issue that I have with COVID and the way that our government handled COVID is that the next time there's a real issue,
Yep.
people are going to be like, nope, you're going to have to twist people's arm. Like there's probably, maybe in our lifetime, going to be another situation where there's a security issue or something, but because they were so abusive with it, now I'm just hearing again, Johnson & Johnson's got blood clot issues, heart issues. I mean, there's all these crazy things that are happening. And oh snap, he got stuck in Korea. He couldn't come home. So that's when he started watching Vin and Sori.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool. Thanks. See you later, Andre. Yeah, like the way that our government handled this situation is more catastrophic in my opinion than COVID itself, which is probably
I agree.
That's probably I should probably walk that back. That's probably hyperbolic, but they're definitely setting us up to die in droves, because the next time something like this happens, like everybody's going to be like, nah, bruh.
I gotta say though, the Johnson & Johnson shot, I was never, shout out to anybody who did take that one. I was never gonna take them after they fucked up on the baby, the baby powder, and like all those people were getting cancer from the baby powder. I was like, wow, what an evil company! Like you specifically deal with babies, and you don't put out a product that is safe. I mean, obviously, maybe they thought it was safe and it really wasn't. And then knowing people directly that used that product and ended up with cancer, I was like, I don't trust Johnson & Johnson. So I was not going to take their shot.
Yeah, man. But I mean, obviously, this could also work in a relationship where you have, especially people with borderline personality disorder. I mean, they're known for creating
yeah, Middle Earth. That's what we always had heard. So I didn't understand why people were acting shocked by it. But yeah.
What, talcum powder?
Yeah, it has asbestos or something like that. Like, I just knew that it had something bad in it. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, but if you've got borderline personality disorder, then you're also on the clock for this kind of situation, creating a catastrophe, blowing up the relationship, that type of thing, because they're worried about rejection. So they engineer the bad situation so they can predict the rejection, so that the rejection doesn't come by surprise or from left field for them. So you could easily personalize this, but my big thing was I feel we're collapsing and the arrogant are numb to our needs. And obviously during the whole COVID thing, people were shut down. People were told to stay home. Their net worth plummeted. And then there's Nancy Pelosi with her $30,000 fridge talking about she has to have ice cream and all the rest of it. I mean, they were just completely...
I forgot about that, yeah.
Completely... And I wasn't mad at her. I mean, people were like shocked. I'm like, I wasn't mad at her for it, because I'm like, of course that's how these people are. Like, what do you think? These people don't care. So, and you can tell by the things that they say that these people are... these neoliberals, they're completely numb to what a normal person on the ground was feeling. And I think that's like one of the major issues that I think, even I'm not going to go there, but yeah, I mean, you got a group of people in this country now who are absolutely separated from what's going on with regular people. Like, they've completely lost touch. The things that they think are going to appeal to us, I'm like, what the hell? How, like the George Floyd situation, and then all these white senators were wearing kente cloth and taking knees. Like, kente cloth is like African garb, like they were from Africa, and then taking a knee was unbelievable. It's just like, these people complete lack of self-awareness, and they're only like frequent their own circles, so they're all just an echo chamber of nonsense. But
I'll tell you what was weird. So what?
You don't have to lean over, just grab the thing. I mean, it's pretty sturdy.
So like I remember watching different movies or whatever growing up where there would be like you would see classism, and I didn't realize that was there was a name for it, but the rich would be set up so that way when there was some sort of catastrophe, they didn't necessarily feel it, but like the paupers did. They would be the ones starving and in the streets, and you know what I mean? And so in those depictions that I always saw, there was always like a clear line. So I always felt like, oh, okay, well, we're in the middle class, so even though you call us middle class, we wouldn't be on the streets just like begging for scraps, you know what I mean? So I would look at that situation and be like, wow, that would be really scary to be like those people. And then when COVID was hitting and you were seeing, I was like, wait, we're in that situation where like, I don't believe that like the higher ups were struggling to find toilet paper. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we're going in, the shelves are empty. You almost got in a fight over a roll of paper towels.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
So-
they trying to check me at the store. I was like, my guy. Like, you better get the fuck out of my face.
So we're like in this situation, and I'm looking at the shelf where the chicken usually is, and it's like completely bare. I'm like, wait a minute. I think that we're like in that class. I feel like that the line has been drawn, and like all of us that thought that we weren't going to be, we're all there. We're all, we're all struggling. Right now there's like a major formula shortage. I'm like, if we had a baby that was having formula, I'd be so friggin' stressed out right now. Like, holy shit. Anyway.
Yeah. No, yeah, there's a formula shortage right now. Like, shit is crazy. Like, but to your point, all those people had toilet paper. Nancy Pelosi, all these people.
For sure.
All these people got formula. Like and that's the thing. Like and then what happens is they watch on TV people fighting about it, and it actually creates even more
selfishness on their part.
More of a gap between
Yeah.
us and them, because then they look at us and go, look at these are undignified people. We can't.
Barbarians.
Yeah, we can't listen to what they have to say. Look at them. They're sitting there running around fighting over toilet paper, So, and that's love right there. Fernando said, I told Stacy I'd send her toilet paper at the time.
Oh, that's so cute. Well, I mean, I will say
Did your dad show up with a year's supply of toilet paper?
That was one time, yeah. I ended up, I told Vin, I'm like, Vin, there's no toilet paper anywhere, and we have such a big family. So I ended up buying like, what is that? Like industrial toilet paper, the big giant rolls that should go in like the Walmarts. And that took forever to get that stuff used up, because it was such a nuisance not having it in like a regular standard roll.
Korean TP. Fernando, send me some Korean TP, bro.
Yeah, what is this like?
South Korea's got the best internet in the world. In the world, like literally in the world. So maybe they've got the best toilet paper as well. What'd you get this song? You're a catastrophe.
Oh my word. This one's hard to rate because for the majority of the song I was thinking of that person, and that it's such an annoying topic to me when I stop and think about it. Like a lot of times I actually don't let myself stop and think about it because I have to suck it up and be an adult in the situation and help those weaker around me. You know what I'm saying? So, but when I stop and actually think about like the catastrophe that this person has caused in so many different areas, I'm like, so then I ended up being really annoyed with the song because of that person. But then I was thinking, then I switched it and I was like, actually, this could be, and then I started thinking about like all the bad decisions I've made in my life that have brought about catastrophes, in my opinion. And so it's a little bit harder for me to rate because I was so annoyed. So I'm going to give it like an 8.7, but it probably would have gone higher than that. But it's just hard for me to get out of my feelings.
That some people would say makes the song even better. This is a 9.5 for me. These guys are smart the way they write songs, because there is a like big picture society view, but the way they write, it can also be relational and it can also be personal at the same time.
Yeah.
And in literature, which people don't really look at music as literature, but it is a form of literature. Striking those balances are very, very difficult. Because if you do a song that you're like, okay, I can make this relate on a bunch of different levels, a lot of the times the lyrics become clunky, they become weird. Why'd you put that in there? But if you're just really naturally gifted at doing that to where it can relate on a bunch of different levels, then you're at a different level of musicianship and writing. And so, like, that's one of the things I find. If you look at all four of the songs, obviously with the exception of the cover song, if you look at all the songs, there could be a personal, relational, and societal, and even global implication, and you could steadily apply it across the board, and it would still be the same. That's very, very, very hard to do. On top of that, it was numerous from numerous records. It wasn't one album where it was like that, where they just basically got lucky. It was across the board. So anyway, I really like the song. 9.5 overall. Really good introduction to the band. And happy freaking anniversary. Holy smokes, man. We got to give, hold on. It's got to get really loud. It's about, what would people say? R.I.P. ears. was that it? That's because I muted that. Hold on. Let's try this again, dear listener. And another one. There you go, for getting married. For getting married and staying married. Goals, dear listener, goals. Having said that, enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy it, Fernando. Enjoy it, buddy. Okay, what were you going to say?
I'm just waiting for you to say Vin out so I can lean in and say sorry out.
Oh, okay. There you are, dear listener. Having said that, shout out to Stacy, shout out to Fernando, shout out to Goth Mom, shout out to Sean, Zombie Holic, all you beautiful people, Perkinos. How can you don't text me anymore? How can you don't text me anymore, Perkinos? Why? Anyway.